KUTV field producer Tammy Weech has prepared a two-part series on the Osmonds, and Keith Radford narrates part one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Osmond brothers.
Over 2 decades ago, 4 little boys flashed across television screens on the Andy Williams Show. It was meant to be their one-time shot at the big time. That single appearance by the Osmond brothers brought such an overwhelming male response that for the next 7 seasons, they would become regulars on the weekly series. But the Osmond brothers had started performing long before the Andy Williams Show.
We did everything in the early days, like selling handbills and passing handbills and doing little things to make some money. But when they paid us $5 to do that first birthday party, we said, hey, there's something to this singing. So we eventually worked up to about $60, and that was top money in Utah.
You know, that really was the whole reason behind it all, was to raise the money to send the brothers, you know, on a mission, or
education
and the whole bit. But after a few years, we sort of got it in our blood.
So hello to everyone. Hi there.
Really didn't have the resources, the money, to go out and have all these lessons and do all these things. So we would send Merrill to take the banjo lessons, and then he'd come home and teach the rest of us. Wayne was our first drummer. And then I took bugle and trumpet and then guitar, and we just taught each other. And then, of course, when we got going on the TV show, we were surrounded by the best in the business.
Not every memory has been a positive one. You know, we've had a lot of setbacks. I remember one time we were in Chicago, or no, it was in San Francisco, at the Fairmont Hotel. That was a bomb. Our manager at the time said, "Oh, you guys, you know, you can headline. You guys are headliners." 2 people showed up. There were great times and then hard times, and you know, a lot of it was just a lot of hard work.
There were times when I remember that friends would have to go home because those were practice hours, and
I can't really say that I enjoyed rehearsing, because I wanted to be out there playing in the sandbox.
The brothers weren't the only Osmonds in the limelight in the early years. Sister Marie made her debut at the ripe old age of 3.
I remember my father picking me up and putting me on the stage and walking out and sitting on Andy's lap. It was, I don't really think I knew what was going on, but I knew what I was doing.
Will you save me a dance on your 18th birthday?
Okay. As long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. When the ball had the floor was then parted, we'll be the same as we started, just a traveling along, singing a song. Side by side, we're side by side.
Keith Radford, KUTV News.
KUTV field producer Tammy Weech took a look at those rock and roll years, and Randall Carlisle narrates.
I'm Alan. I'm Wayne. I'm Meryl. I'm Jane. I'm 6 years old.
The Osmond brothers worked hard in the early years, and it paid off. They practically grew up on the Andy Williams Show in the 60s. And in the 70s, they left the television screen for a life on the road. And for the Osmonds, the transition from barbershop to rock and roll was a loud one.
There's a message coming in the air control. Crazy horses riding everywhere. Racing horses.
The 70s, no question, we were the loudest rock group on the road. It was documented by the people with meters. Because
real accomplishment there.
Yeah, mainly not because of us so much, but because our fans... Our fans all screamed. It was awesome. I mean, the crowds, we would have to be put into bread trucks. I mean, while our limousines were waiting out front as decoys, and we would be moved in and out. We saw more kitchens in our life than we had front lobbies, I tell you.
I remember one time we were coming down in England, and the car came down and all these girls started jumping on the car.
And I got out there, and one girl got me into a hole behind the door. Completely went black.
By the mid-70s, Donnie was singing with the group. Youngest brother Jimmy had the family's first gold album at the age of 7. And Sister Marie started to make her way into the limelight.
She surprised me when she cut her album. I really think she has a good career ahead of her in music.
Can I use the pinky?
No.
Can I use my...
No,
The years are gone when the Osmonds all performed together. Now Donnie, Marie, and the youngest Osmond, Jimmy, are all performing separately. Alan, Wayne, and Merrill are singing country. Brother Jay has quit performing. Their parents, George and Olive, are on an LDS mission in Britain. So getting everyone together to tape their 25th anniversary was especially nice.
It gives me great satisfaction just to know that we're doing a final special. I don't know if this is the last one together. But it gives me the satisfaction to know that I was involved in maybe the final one. You know what I mean?
I think because of all that work we did in the early years, we're able to pull from that and do something like that. For instance, this television show we're doing. A lot of this is off the cuff, you know? Some of it's staged and planned out. But if you read through the script, it's like, okay, Donnie's on camera and possibly do this and do that. And so I think it's a lot of it is due to the years and hours in the rehearsal hall. Last night, I was just thinking, you know, there's a lot of years to be together in show business, and what I enjoyed the most, though, is that we can maybe help someone, you know, be a little happier. That's the payoff.
Randall Carlisle, KUTV News.